afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Urban Review. We are the show sponsored by the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development, which is an organization dedicated to working with youth that are in and transitioning out of the foster care system. As you know, each week we come back and give our understanding of what it takes for people to be successful who are transitioning out. And the first thing we believe is that it takes character, and that's the manhood and womanhood within an individual that brings forth your integrity, your values, and your morals. The second thing you need is a good education, because in this world today, you have to be equipped and armed with a great education in order to achieve your goals and accomplishments. Next, you have to be able to have perseverance. You can't be a quitter. You can't give up no matter what. And then next, you have to have a positive cause of lifting while you climb, and we call that uplift, helping somebody up as you're climbing the ladder to success. And you take character plus education plus perseverance plus uplift, and you multiply that times friendship. And you've got to have friends. You got to have a solid network, because it's not all about what you know. Sometimes it's who you know. And then you've got to add that to love. And for us, we believe the first step in love is to love yourself. If you love yourself, then you can love others. If you love yourself, you won't allow yourself to be abused. You will not abuse yourself, and you will not abuse others. So love yourself. And then thirdly, truth. And to us, the truth is the Word of God, no matter where it comes from. If you're a Christian, the truth comes from the Holy Bible. If you are a Muslim, it comes from the Quran. If you're Jewish, it comes from the scrolls. If you're Hindu, it comes from the Tao. But it's the Word of God that brings us the truth. So if you take character plus education plus perseverance plus uplift and multiply that times friendship, love, and truth, you're going to get the three things that everybody wants out of life, and that's peace, happiness, and prosperity. Each week, we also try and share with you some of the things that we teach the young people who are in foster care and who are transitioning out of foster care. And as we better understand the needs of youth and young people in foster care, one of the things that we have to be able to have appreciation for is when a young person is taken out of their home and placed in foster care, they grieve the loss of their loved ones and their parent, just as we would grieve someone in a death. And in order to be able to bond with that young person, you have to have appreciation for that loss, because not only do they feel that they've lost their parent, they've lost their family, they also feel that they have a loss of their identity, because their past represents their identity and who they are. So they have this great feeling of insecurity, and you have to be understanding and accepting of the child's past in order to be able to develop that relationship and to bond with them. And you know, some of the things that we also teach our young people as we work with them are the slight edge principles that come from the Success Foundation. And the first principle is to understand that little things matter. The little things that we do every day in our lives, whether they are positive or negative, are going to determine what kind of life we lead. Another slight edge principle to understand is that attitude is everything. Your actions are driven by your attitude, and your attitude is most developed by what you feel most deeply about and what you believe about yourself and about the world around you. So your attitude is everything. The next thing is you have to use the moment. You can create a better life by spending more time in the present and not focusing on the things that happened in your past. And then another thing to remember, and another slight edge principle, is that everything starts with small steps. So every success in life is driven by little small steps that are taken each and every day, and they have to continue each and every day. Another principle of the slight edge is that there's no such thing as failure. Success is built on failure. I think it was Thomas Edison, the inventor of the electric light bulb, that said, and he had failed over 300 in over 300 attempts to create a light bulb. But in each one of those attempts, he learned something. He learned that that was not the approach to creating a light bulb. So another slight edge principle to understand is that powerful habits are extremely, extremely powerful. Positive habits are powerful tools that can help you reach your success, and negative habits are negative tools that will deter you from being successful. Another slight edge principle, you're always learning. There's no standing still in life. Excuse me. You're always learning, and everything you do is an opportunity to learn something new. And last but not least, the last slight edge principle is that you can make your dreams into reality. By taking small positive steps over time, your dreams can and will come true. And that is how we started and launched the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development back in 2009. And here we are today, almost 10 years later, achieving great things because we followed those principles and we believed in ourselves. We took those small steps. We never had doubt, and we stepped out on faith. And we ask you to take a look at us, check us out on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/CUYFD. Go to our website and take a look at the work we're doing, and that's www.cuyfddetroit.org. Once again, that's www.cuyfddetroit.org. We're also on Instagram and on Twitter. Just go to CUYFD Detroit. And January the 22nd through January the 26th is National Drug and Alcohol Facts Week. And we will be dedicating our show that week to providing an educational segment on information about drugs and alcohol to keep our public better informed and to educate ourselves. We found out in 2009 that youth that are transitioning out of foster care that are between the ages of 18 and 25 had the highest rate of binge drinking at 41.7% and heavy alcohol use at 13.7% than any age group. So we have to focus on those issues because substance abuse is a major risk factor leading to our young people not being successful as they transition out of foster care. Also, on this coming Monday, I wouldn't feel appropriate if I didn't mention the fact that it is Martin Luther King Day, the day of service. So make sure that as you take the day off, and most of our employers now are recognizing that holiday and giving us the privilege of having that day as a paid holiday, please go out and do some community service, help somebody in recognition of Dr. Martin Luther King Day. And upcoming activity that we have on April the 27th at 7 o'clock p.m., we will be featuring Miss Michonne Young in our evening of jazz and soul. Miss Young was on our show earlier in the year, and she has a new CD out called Love, Life, and Experience, and that's going to take place once again on April the 27th. That's a Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. at the beautiful downtown Charles H. Wright Museum in downtown Detroit in the lovely General Motors Theater. The tickets will be $20, and you'll be able to find them online very soon. So we have a special treat today. We're going to have some representatives from the Detroit Youth Choir here to tell us all about that organization and the work that they do and the impact that they're having on young people's lives here in the Motor City. So we're going to be going to a commercial break very shortly, and as soon as we come back from that break, we're going to introduce you to the director and a member of the choir and have a little fun with our friends from the Detroit Youth Choir. So sit back, relax, and come back right after this commercial break, and I want you to hear from our friends over at Avis Ford.
You will love your Avis Ford, because at Avis Ford, we make it easy to get you your no money down monthly payment right over the phone. We call it Shop by Phone, and it's the best way we know to get you your payment options fast. You want leather and a sunroof? How about an upgrade to all-wheel drive? Just give us a call.
You love it.
Shop online, shop by phone, or visit us at Telegraph at 12 Mile. Call 1-800-SHOP-FORD.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, And today I am very pleased to introduce you to two wonderful people here in the city of Detroit. First of all, to my left here, I have a Miss Lovely Courtney Pruitt, who is a member and a lead singer in the Detroit Youth Choir. Welcome aboard.
Hi.
And also we have here with us is Mr. Anthony White, who is the director of the Detroit Youth Choir. And before we get started with the interview, I think it would be good for our viewing audience to have a perception of the type of performances that you do. So we're going to do a little bit of a performance that you guys did at the Detroit Pistons. So take it away.
I know you love to make an entrance.
All right, fans, welcome to Center Court, your Detroit Youth Choir.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. But I say quietly, hurry politely.
I guess that I forgot I had a choice, and that you pushed me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, but I fell for everything.
Help me now, but I got up. Already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound. Right on the corner, shake the ground. Help me now, but I got up. Get ready, 'cause I had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, fire, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. You're gonna hear me roar. Now I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. I burn my stripes. I went from zero to my own hero. Like thunder, you held me down. Get ready, 'cause I had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, fire, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I'm a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Roar. Oh, 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 oh. You're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. You're gonna hear me.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Detroit Youth Choir.
How long have you been working with the Detroit Youth Choir?
Well, I've been the director for a little over 18 years.
Okay.
We just celebrated the organization's 20th year anniversary
Okay.
with a gala about 2 years ago.
Fantastic.
Yes, so I'm actually the artistic director, and we have a wonderful staff behind me as well.
All right.
Yes.
And Courtney, how long have you been singing in the Detroit Youth Choir?
I've been singing in the Detroit Youth Choir for 2 years now. This is going to be my 3rd season here. And DYC is just a big impact on my life ever since I've been in there. It's helped me grow as a person and in my singing as well.
And how old are you?
I'm 13.
13. And what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
All right. And what school do you attend?
I attend the school Advanced Technology Academy in Dearborn.
Advanced Technology Academy. And would you like to give a shout out to all your classmates and friends at the school? Give them a wave.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Oh, man, and now how many young people make up the total group out there that we were looking at?
Well, we have about 50 to 60 young people.
Okay.
And that's what we do. We try to do the best for Detroit to represent the city.
Okay, well, where else have you performed? Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, DYC, we're a local organization here, nonprofit, 501c3, and we perform different places. We just auditioned for America's Got Talent.
Wow.
Yeah, we have toured Toronto and also Memphis.
Okay.
And Chicago.
That is
So
exciting.
we're looking to actually go to Africa soon.
Okay. All right.
Because we do a lot of Swahili and different language pieces.
Okay.
So hopefully this will, coming up, will broaden our horizons.
So not only are you developing the artistic capabilities of the young people, but they're getting some exposure through travel.
International.
And
Yes.
international travel.
Yes, sir.
They're learning different languages.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are having too much fun. And see, I always tell my audience a little secret about one of my guests. And the little secret that I can tell is about Courtney, because I actually knew Courtney before Courtney knew Courtney, because I knew her mom. She's a member of our church, Deacon Brandy, and I know your little sister Corinne, so I'll give her a shout out as well. And we're just so pleased. I know that it's a grand time, but do you have to spend a lot of time practicing and rehearsing?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's hard, but it gets a little more easier as you develop into it.
Okay.
Because when I was my first year here, it was very difficult at first. Cause like you get pushed around a little bit, but not like that. But it gets easier by the time you understand like all the moves and everything. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was noticing that with some tremendous choreography.
Yes.
So you indicated that you have a team, a staff that works with you. I assume there's
Yes,
a
sir.
choreographer on the team.
Yes, we have 3 of the best choreographers in the city of Detroit. We also have a wonderful theater staff.
Okay.
I would like to shout them out, but I'll just give you the brief overview.
Okay.
And we also have some great vocal coaches as well for our choir.
Fantastic.
Yes,
well,
sir.
now tell me a little bit about yourself. Give me a little bit about your background. Where did you get your musical education and some of your experience?
Well, actually, I started at 12 years old with
Okay.
music. I went to school at Greater Grace Christian Academy
Very familiar.
up under Bishop David Ellis. And from there, I went to St. Martin de Porres High School, got my diploma, went to Marigold College and got my music degree.
Fantastic.
Yes, and from there, I decided that Detroit Youth Choir was going to be my life's work, my vision.
And you're a total product of Detroit. So that
Yes, sir. I'm a native
a
Detroit.
native son and one of our favorite sons. And we're very
Yes, sir.
proud of you and the
Thank
work
you.
that you're doing. And it's
Thank you.
highly visible to see
Yes.
the things that you're doing. So after you started the choir, and I assume you're
yeah.
one of the founders, therefore, of the organization.
Yes.
When did you move from being just a group of kids singing to becoming a 501c3 and a Bible organization and so forth?
Well, actually, the organization started by a young man, Fleming Ivory,
Okay.
and from he left the city and left me in charge, pretty much.
Okay.
I changed the name and gave it our own identity, a new identity, and the new identity was DYC,
Okay.
Detroit Youth Choir. So we started with 7 kids, and now we're at 60.
Wow.
So, but that was over a 20-year span. So, in between that 20 years, it was a lot of hard work,
I can only
grueling.
imagine.
Yes.
I can only imagine. Now, how does a young person join the Detroit Youth Choir if they're interested in doing that?
Well, to join the Detroit Youth Choir, all you have to do is give me a call at 586-745-1168, and we can set your young person up for an audition. We will be taking young people until the end of January.
Okay.
After January, we pretty much shut down our auditions, and our next audition will be in September.
Okay.
Yep, in September. So
January and
yes.
September.
Or they can visit DetroitYouthChoir.org for more information.
DetroitYouthChoir.org, and that phone number was 586-745-1168.
Yes, sir.
And that's how a young person can call and find out about setting up an audition and becoming a member of the wonderful Detroit Youth Choir. Now, where's an upcoming performance and travel going to be?
Well, right now we're working towards auditioning, the audition process with America's Got Talent.
All right.
So after that, we do have a June show that we are working towards. It's going to be a tribute to Motown. So it'll be filled with music from the J5, the Temptations, the Four Tops. So that'll be fun. And then after that, we are having YPAC, which is a Youth Performing Arts Conference. We're going to hold it right here in the city of Detroit.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Now, once again, if a parent wants to get their child involved, or if one of our viewing audience wants to be a contributor to help donate, because I'm sure that you have transportation costs, and,
everything,
equipment costs, and things of that nature. Once again, they call that number 586-745-1168.
Yes, sir.
Man,
yes,
we
sir.
are very, very pleased.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
Hey, thank you for coming. Thanks, my little buddy from Hartford Memorial Baptist Church, who I've watched grow up through the years and watched you develop yourself and become a singer. Is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
I don't think anybody else.
What about your pals at church?
All my friends from Hartford.
All right, all the folks at Hartford. That's very good. Okay, after this commercial break, we'll be coming back to wrap things up. But once again, thank you, Mr. Anthony White.
You're very welcome.
My buddy Courtney Pruitt and the Detroit Youth Choir. We're very pleased to have you, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You're doing a
Thank you
great
very
job
much.
with our young people.
Thank you very much.
You will love your Avis Ford because at Avis Ford, we make it easy to get you your no money down monthly payment right over the phone. We call it Shop by Phone, and it's the best way we know to get you your payment options fast. You want leather and a sunroof? How about an upgrade to all-wheel drive? Just give us a call. Shop online, shop by phone, or visit us at Telegraph at 12 Mile. Call 1-800-SHOP-FORD.
Well, as we get ready to wrap up today's episode of Urban Review, once again, we like to just remind you to take an opportunity to pick up a copy of I Have a Story to Tell, my book and my autobiography. This is the information about my experience growing up in the foster care system and what it was like for me. And I'm going to leave you with those same words that I leave you with every episode. And first of all, that is the words that Nelson Mandela said to himself to keep himself motivated during those years that he was incarcerated. And that is, out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever God there be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud, and under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. For it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll, I am the captain of my fate and the master of my soul. And then also I'd like to leave you with the 5 P's, and that is prayer, prevention prevents poor performance. I'd also like to leave you with excuses, and excuses are the tools of the incompetent, and those that use them are seldom good for anything else but another excuse. And I also want to let you know that there's no such thing as luck, because luck is really when preparation meets opportunity. And last but not least, I want you to persevere, never give up, and keep trying, and always see it through. When you're up against some trouble, meet it squarely face to face, plant your feet, set your shoulders, lift your chin, and take a brace. And when the worst is bound to happen in spite of all that you can do, remember, you may fail, but you may conquer, see it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. And when the worst is bound to happen in spite of all that you can do, remember, running from it will not save you, see it through. Even hope might seem but futile when with trouble you'll be set, but remember, you're simply facing what other men have met. So if you fail, fall still fighting. Don't give up. Whatever you do, eyes front, head high to the finish, and see it through. All right, thank you for watching another episode of Urban Review. Remember, the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development. Check us out on our website, www.cuyfddetroit.org. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram. And have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.